Hello deep value investors, welcome. Today we're going to talk about not being a forced seller. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe so you can get my next video installment. Remember, this is our value investing journey. So let's get started. This is a photo of John Templeton. It's a running theme throughout all of my videos that is about you are gonna fail. And as an investor, you have to incorporate that into your analysis. So Templeton talks about that the best analyst is only going to be right 2 out of 3 times. So you're going to have to be able to embrace that, and you're going to have to put in place measures to have the fortitude to be able to withstand those losses. So this is Walter Schloss. And Walter Schloss was a huge mentor for me as an investor. He has one quote which I was not able to find, but it essentially says, "Do not sell into the bad news." What he means by that is that companies are going to have good times and bad times. And when the bad quarter comes, don't follow the herd into selling your investment, your business. Now, you do not know how long until the company gets back on the right path. It can take 6 months, it can take a year. It happens. It's part of the investment process. Now, if every time that a company goes through a bad quarter, one ends up selling that business, you end up with no buying power at the end of your investment journey. So the way to overcome that is by having in your mind the right temperament. So there are no real shortcuts in investing, but there are certain things that we can do to become better investors. One of them is to follow as many companies as possible. And by following, I do not mean looking on CNBC, because that's like really bad way of following a company. That's really not just these kind of clickbaits. The way to follow a company is to go through the 10K, 10Q. Just don't be like expecting to spend an hour or two at the weekend and become like great over time. Little and often. Just keep compounding over the week. Just keep putting in 10-15 minutes. Sometimes before the coronavirus, when I was in the shop queuing up for my groceries, I would just be going very quickly through. I'll just pre-download onto my Kindle the 10Q, and you just very quickly just kind of scan through the financials, just read through that. So the temperament is built up over time. Do not expect to become a great investor over the course of 12 months. It's a continuous journey. Buffett is often called the great learning machine because he keeps on refining. So let's move on. So Peter Lynch is another great investor that I look out to, and he has a quote which I wasn't able to find, but it essentially says, "Find me a man with a 20% stop loss, and I'll find you a man with a 20% loss." So a stop loss has one purpose. A stop loss is designed to make the brokers rich. Goldman, whoever, that's the purpose of the stop loss. It doesn't make you as the investor rich. It makes them rich. Now, I've never used stop loss because the market is really crazy. Things can go up absurdly, just up and down on some kind of tweet from somebody. So don't sell out of your businesses because someone else says something. Sell out of the business because you do not believe that the business's fundamentals are moving along the right path. It's very difficult to grasp the deterioration of a company over the process of a quarter. A company can have a bad quarter. That is not a reason to sell out of a business. The reason is that you can see that over time, what you thought 2 or 3 years ago is no longer applicable today. Okay? So I hope you found that video useful. And as always, remember, this is our value investing journey. Please subscribe. Bye.